no matter what you do in life, bogus information can have an adverse effect upon you. We're wired as a people a particular and certain way. Listen to me very closely. If it's something that we want to believe, we will put all of our energy and all of our efforts behind that, whether the information be good or bad. Very, very few times have we actually done our own independent research on just about anything that we hear. We usually shape our ideals, our thoughts, our morals, our values based on something that is heard, and it resonates within my heart, and because I personally like it, then from there, I accept whatever's being told to me. Now, mind you, if things go awry, if things go the wrong way, we accept the responsibility because we owned it for our own self. Never once do we get upset at those who gave us the wrong information. They continually keep rolling on, and they continue to flourish. They continue to keep giving out more bogus information. And they'll do this as long as you continue to keep listening to them, because there's an old saying, there's a sucker born every single day. And no doubt, we've been suckered. We've been suckered on the financial market, and by the financial ways of this world. We've been suckered by the religion of Christianity. And there's a lot of things we've been suckered. We've been suckered to sit up there to think that, I actually own a house when I have to pay so much money down in 30 years on it, and then pay double, sometimes triple the amount of the actual worth of the house in itself. And I continually keep telling people over and over and over again, a home is not an asset. It's a liability. And of course, now people are starting to understand that as we see the economy tanking left and right. Like I said before, do you actually expect for Congress? Do you expect for these bankers? Do you expect for all the Federal Reserve? Do you expect for all these people to actually get up there in front of the TV camera and actually admit fault? Now, let me give you a scenario. Okay, we have the news media around. The president going to call a news conference. The bankers are going to all be there and stuff, and each one of them going to speak one by one. All right, and so Mr. President gets up. Well, we're sorry to inform you, as the American people, that our whole system is built up on fraud, lies, and deceit. We've taken advantage of you. We've done everything we can to make sure that we strengthen our warmongering ways throughout the world, because through conquest, we think that that's the way that we should rule the world. So therefore, your sons and your daughters died in vain. Bankers, okay, bankers. Well, we're sorry to inform you that when the Federal Reserve Act was created in 1913, that the sole reason for that whole entire act was this, is that we wanted to actually steal your wealth. We made up a scheme, a Ponzi scheme, to deceive you, to make you think that this paper right here is actually money, when the history actually proves out that tangible assets are gold and silver. It has always been, no matter what environment, no matter what economy, no matter what nation it's been. But we sold you this bill of goods because we know that you people are gullible, and you like being lied to, and you like thinking that you have prosperity. So we stole your wealth from you. We've had you to go out and work for paper, and we give you a bunch of stuff, and in that you think that you're prospering and living a good life, but you have no tangible wealth or assets. That's why we, as the central bank, have been hoarding up gold and silver. That's why China, so-called our enemies, and India and all the rest of these countries, Venezuela and them, they continually keep calling for gold and silver because they know what money is. You don't. We've deceived you, and we're sorry to inform you that we've been lying to you all this time. So, what we're going to do is we're going to come up with a new policy. We're going to come up with a new idea. We're going to come up with a new system that everybody can accept so nobody gets cheated anymore. Now, we're going to remain in power. We're going to remain in place, the same system. But you people have nothing to worry about because we will not jack you ever again. Now, can you believe that? But that's basically what's going on. I mean, from American history. Name one thing about American history that's true besides the fraud, the lies, the deception, and the deceit. Name one thing about it that's true. Just one. I'd be interested to hear it. Name one thing about Christianity that is true. I would love to hear that one. I mean, post it down there. I would love to hear that. So you see, almost in every aspect of our lives, we have been run amok. We've been lied to. And then you get people out here who have the actual spirit of truth. Now, mind you, we'll call the conspiracy theorists. It's amazing the reverse psychology that these people use, because it's easy to deceive you. The people, you have to understand, we've been trained by public school system, their system. We're indoctrinated by the TV through advertisement over and over and over again. And yet and still, we actually think that whenever we process thoughts in our mind, that they actually come from our own volition. No, you're deceived, and we have been deceived. My last broadcast that I did, what you will call last Friday night, I had a guy come on and he called and he talked about the mark of the beast. But there's one vital thing that everybody keeps missing that I keep thundering. I don't know why. People cannot hear it whatsoever at all, but I will make an attempt and try it again. Listen to me very closely. You know, no matter what the mark of the beast is, whether it be a microchip, whether it be something in your hand, in your forehead, the name, the number of the beast, there's one thing that is tied to it. And it's easy to be able to discern. But if you're listening to the wrong preacher, who is not called of the Most High God, to be able to feed you with knowledge and understanding. I'm a pastor. That's what I do. You're not going to get the truth. If you can't see the truth about the system the way that it is now, if you can't see the truth about American history the way that it is now, if you can't see the truth about the religion of Christianity the way it is now, how are you going to be able to see the truth of what I'm saying to you right now? You know, the blind lead the blind, and they both fall into the ditch. Now, let me give you an example here, okay? And I want you to listen to me very, very closely. The mark of the beast, what everybody continues to keep saying over and over again, because it's written over in the book of Revelations, is the number of a man, number 666. But notice, it's always tied to, listen to this. Listen to me if you have the ears to hear. I hope that the Holy Spirit can spark something in you. Buying and selling. Whenever they put restrictions up on you for buying and selling. And also remember this. They are going to make a cause for you to receive the mark. And that cause will always have something to do with food, raiment, or lifestyle clothing. So what they'll do is they'll say, okay, let me give you an example. We all have driver license in order to drive on the public highways here in this country. And what they'll do is they'll say, well, you know, you can't drive on these highways unless you receive our license and our permissions. Now, do you have a right to travel? Sure you do. But because the system is so jacked up, we don't know the difference between traveling and driving. We don't know the difference between commerce and just going and taking care of our own business. We're deceived and we function after that. And it's remarkable and amazing. So they'll make a cause and you'll say, well, hey, we got to drive to be able to go to the store, what they call a storehouse, when Pastor Dow teaches you develop your own storehouse. And we got to do that in order to buy and sell in order to live. Well, how about if you just change your perspective, change your way of thinking? Listen to those who are informed, those who are educated, who believes in independent thinking, who believes in self-autonomy, who believes in self-government. That's what it means, to try to help aid you in decisions that need to be made. Because you see, if you continue to keep functioning after this same old system, you're going to perish after this system. And like I said before, when that belly hit that spine, and all you shell of men out there who have nothing, no recourse, no action whatsoever at all, your heart is going to be ripped and tore when your family is begging for something to eat and the only thing that is available is the mark. Remember, it's going to have to do with buying and selling. If you listen to what I'm saying, you won't have to trust in that system. And we can always give a bunch of hypothetical situations. We can they're endless. We can continually keep doing that until who knows when. But the truth is you need answers for right now. And the only way you're going to have contentment and the only way you're going to have patience is when you have your soul, which consists of your mind and will and emotions, intact. When you have your soul intact, and then it gives you what you need to do. It gives you direction in what you need to do. But if you continue to keep feeding yourself with the same old cancer, you continue to keep living up the same manner of life that you've always had without any change and any transforming whatsoever at all, you're going to perish. You see, in this life, in this world, whether you like it or not, you are being conformed to one or two images. And that's it. And I'm not talking about a physical graven image. I'm talking about your character, your nature, your makeup, your spirit. You're either being conformed to the image of the Messiah, Most High Yah's dear son, or either you're being conformed to the image of this world, which is ruled by the Satan, or what Americans call Satan. Regardless, it makes no difference if people understand that or not. I don't care how many people that are out there that are sent to cast doubt in front of your mind and unbelief in your heart. It still does not change the fact. And that is a fact. That's the reason why the majority of people, when they have not lived their life right upon death, and when the death angel is coming in, there's an extreme amount of fear because they have not lived their life in sanctification, righteousness, and holiness. I try my best to come up on here and give you examples, and not only give you an example, but advice in the environment that we're living in right now to help you and you as a people. I hope that I've said something to encourage you. The King is coming.